just a short video to show you how you might use Canva to create a design to promote a business. You need to sign up for Canva and you can do so with Facebook, Google or with your email. You do need to be over 13 in the terms and conditions, so if you're younger than that you will need to have a conversation with an adult about your use of the program. I've already created a login using my Google account, so I can just click the Google login and it will take me to my dashboard. On the dashboard you will see that there are a series of options as well as examples of things that I have previously made. So I'm just going to choose a template, but to do that I'm going to create a design and click the button. You'll see that there's lots of templates from which you can choose. So these are the dimensions. So I'm going to get started just using this square social media template. When this pops up you'll see then that I have some possible layouts that I can choose. So there's lots of pre-existing things that have been created and are free for use. Some of them also will have a cost associated with them, so that will be indicated in the bottom right hand corner of the option. But I'm just going to start with a coloured background and go from there. So I can choose a colour and get started right away, or if I want to choose my own colour, because you can see the options that are paletted there are limited, I can just click this plus sign and then you can see that you can choose anything in the RGB spectrum, or you can enter a colour number that you might already know you'd like to use. So I might decide that that one's a little bit too bright for my background, so I might just go for a bit more of a subtle blue colour. Then I can add some elements. So elements are going to be things like shapes and images, etc. There's lots of free photographic images in Canva, although you will find if you go into photos to search that there's also probably more pay-for-use images. You can see that you've got lots of options here about the elements that you might add, but I'm going to start with trying to put together a little design for a coffee shop, and I'm going to use this little illustration here rather than a photograph. You'll see that some bounding options pop up and you can resize to the dimensions that you'd like to use. Now I'm going to use that as a visual element, but I also want to add some type and a logo. Positioning wise, you can see that if I move it around, some guiding lines appear. Right there, it's right in the middle of the design, which is where I want it to be, so I can now let go and it will position in the middle. So I'm now going to upload my logo. And I have actually already put it into the library here, but if you wanted to upload something from your device, you do so here, just clicking the green button. But having already uploaded, I can just click and it will appear. Once again, I'm going to resize. I'm going to put it down in the bottom right hand corner. And the reason for that is, as readers of English language, we do read from top left to bottom right. And so I'm going to position that in the bottom right because then it's the last thing that psychologically speaking our eyes will look at and therefore that our brain will take in as we leave the design. So having done that, now I'm going to put some type in. So I'm going to click the text tool over here on the left. And once again, you've got lots of great options for preset text arrangements that you can choose from. Some of them have got design elements like background shapes, etc. But for what I'm going to do today, I just want to use the standard type and I'm going to put a heading in. So I can now put in my language, so I'm going to say something just as a bit of a tagline. I might move it up to the top and I'm just going to create something very simple here that perhaps I wouldn't use as a real final design, just for showing how it might be used. Now I can then adjust the font, etc. Try to remember for things that you want people to look at quickly to choose very simple type elements so that it's clear and easy to take in at a glance. I'm going to position that right at the top and just maybe move it over to the left a little. But I'm also going to change the colour. Now you can once again just click on the colour palettes and choose a colour that's existing in their palettes, but you can also, as again, click the plus icon and choose a colour. Now I've already got a colour that is the logo colour from when I made the logo in Logo Maker that I've saved on my clipboard, and I'm just going to paste the colour number in there. So what that's going to do is actually select the number of the colour, and now my colour of my type is the colour of the logo. So that creates a bit of unity and gets our design elements working together. Now sometimes it's quite nice if design elements are overlapping, so you might want to play around with how the elements work together and actually create a bit of an overlap, can just nicely link them together. Now there's lots of other things you can do to adjust your elements, and it's worth playing around with the options in Canva, but I'm going to now decide that I've finished my product and I can share, but I'm going to download. So if I click download, I've got some image types, or file types, sorry, that I can choose from. JPEG and PNG are both image files. PDF is a portable document format. So it depends on what your purpose is, but I'm going to choose JPEG today, and I'm going to download my image, and it will download to my device and be ready for me to use in whatever way I see fit to advertise the business. You'll see the download pop in a second, and it will automatically open up and show us a preview. There it is, ready to go.